Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and today we're going to be doing a yoga practice for self-exploration. What that means is I will be guiding you through a range of different movements and encouraging you to find your own kind of flow, see what feels good for you and see what you can learn about your body and yourself in the process. It's going to be very chilled out, suitable for all levels, perfect for unwinding before you go to bed or when you really feel like just taking it easy. We will begin the practice in a lying down position. So just slowly roll your back onto the mat. And we're going to be lying down with our heels on the floor and our knees facing up towards the ceiling. And we'll just start our practice here with a little bit of grounding. So feel free to close the eyes down and just start getting acquainted with the space that you're in. Just feeling the support of the ground underneath you. Tuning in to any sounds in your surroundings. And connecting to the breath. Noticing how the body expands with every breath in. And bring the intention to soften with every exhale. And just using this moment to pull yourself into present. Tuning in with how you're feeling. And just choosing to observe without judgments. And making a commitment to honor how you feel in your body and your mind throughout the practice. And I'd like you to set the intention to go into this practice with an open mind. And know that it is your practice, so if ever you encounter a pose that does not make you feel comfortable or that you're not enjoying, then please feel free to do something different. Now, as you inhale, I want you to bring your right knee in towards your chest and hug it in. And then as you exhale, drop the right knee over to the right side, just opening up the hip. Inhale to bring the right knee back into the center, and then bring the knee into the chest and give it a hug again. Take a breath in here, exhale, drop it over to the right side. So we're kind of just opening up the hip really gently here. Inhale to bring it in towards the chest, and just keep making these kind of circles with the hip, going nice and slow, and seeing how does it feel. Maybe you notice a little bit of tension, or your hip joint is asking you why you haven't been lubricating it. Just keep going with the movement. And then the next time you bring your knee into your chest, I want you to interlace your hands behind your right thigh and then extend the right leg up towards the ceiling for a hamstring stretch. And you can experiment here with bending the knee and straightening the knee as much as you want. You can bring the heel all the way down towards the glute and extend it back up. Or you can just micro bend and explore the different muscle activations that are happening here. And then experiment with flexing and pointing the toe and see what that does to the ankle. What do you feel in your calf? And how is the front of the leg becoming engaged as you flex the foot? And making some circles with the ankle too, just releasing any tension from the leg. And now I invite you to combine all the movements that we've just done. So you can open the hip by dropping the right knee to the floor and then bringing the leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Going clockwise. You can even start going the opposite direction. And notice how it feels. And feel free to just stick to one pose if you want, keeping your leg in the sky, keeping the hip open and just holding stillness. Just allow yourself the freedom to explore, not worrying about how anything looks, and just noticing how it feels. And now going on to the opposite side, so just drop the right foot down. And then inhale to bring the left knee into the chest. Exhale to drop it down to the left side. Inhale to bring it into the chest. And exhale, drop it into the side. And just keep experimenting with this hip circle here. And notice the difference between the left and the right side. Does this say something about an imbalance that you might have? Does maybe one hip have a little bit more freedom than the other one? Mine definitely does. And just trying not to judge it or have any opinions about it, just exploring your body and understanding your joints at the moment. And then, whenever you're ready, just extend the left leg up towards the ceiling and again start experimenting with the knee, with the ankle. You don't even have to do it in the same way that you did in the right side. I've already provided you with different tools to explore, different movements that you can try. And if there is anything that I haven't included, then maybe you could try it on this leg too. Just, again, just focusing on freeing up some space in the lower body, releasing any tension and exploring the different sensations in the ankle, in the leg, in the hips. Awesome. And then inhale to bring your left foot back onto the mat with the knees both pointing up towards the ceiling. Exhale to drop the knees over to the left side and look over the right. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale, drop it over to the opposite side. And just keep doing these windshield wiper movements. If you've done any of my classes before, I think you'll know that I'm obsessed with these. They just feel so good. Noticing how you feel in this posture. And seeing what else you could do to make it just a little bit more juicy. So you could start bringing some intention into the lower back, pressing it into the mat as you swing the legs from left to right. Noticing how it feels to be giving your lower back that little bit of a massage. And you can start getting the arms involved. So when the knees drop over to the left, I invite you to bring the right palm over to meet the left. And then open up the arm. And then close the arm over to the left. And open it again. And just keep exploring. This is a great opening for the chest, and it creates a nice little twist, bringing the right palm over to the left hand and then swimming it up overhead and opening it up over to the right. And now going over to the right side and doing the same, bringing the left palm over to the right palm, and then opening up the left palm over to the left side, twisting, and then bringing it back again. And just see how it feels when you open the left arm and then bring it up overhead and then back over to the right side. What that does to the shoulder. How it feels to be creating space now in the upper body. And then just come back to the center, arms out either side, and take a moment to be still. Reconnect to anything that will pull you into this moment again, whether that's the feeling of the floor beneath you, the breath. And now from here, I want you to start doing some cat and cow movements at the lower back. So as you inhale, creating space between the lower back and the mat. And then as you exhale, curling the tailbone under. Inhale to arch the lower back. Exhale to round. And while you are doing these cat and cow movements with the lower back, I want you to notice what's happened in your mind. Maybe you've gone away from the mindset of exploration and you've come into the mindset of alignment and rules. Maybe not, but just observing and not judging or feeling any way about it. But try to let go of anything that you know about cat and cow movements. And just make movements with the spine, flexing and extending in a way that feels good for you, even if it doesn't align with the usual cues of a cat and cow movement. Awesome. And now you can start getting your head and neck involved, tucking the chin in as you tuck the pelvis in, creating space between the neck as you create an arch in the lower back. And check in with how the sensation of the back of the head moving on the mat makes you feel. Go with what feels right. And then pause for a moment of stillness. If your palms aren't already, please flip them onto the floor. Bring your heels close to your glutes. Inhale here. Exhale to press into the heels, lift the hips off the mat. Exhale to drop the glutes back down onto the floor. Inhale to lift it up again. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the legs. Exhale, drop it down onto the mat. One more time. Inhale to press into the heels and lift it up. And this time, clasp the hands underneath the glutes and try to pull the shoulders together and create an opening in the chest. Breathe here. And then exhale to release it all the way down onto the mat. Awesome. Extend the legs out into a lying down position. Take it in, anything that is coming up in your mind, anything that's coming up in your body, just allow yourself to feel. And then slowly bring yourself up into a seated position with the legs extended out in front of you. Inhale to raise the arms up overhead. Exhale into a forward fold. And using this opportunity to check in again What's happening in the mind? Are you focusing on the way that this is supposed to be looking? Or are you open to exploring your body as it is right now? And in this forward fold, just take any movements, any shapes, and see what you can do to feel better in this position. You can bend the knees, bend one knee, bend the other one. You can start moving the spine from right to left. You can tuck the chin into the chest, or you can even just extend your arms straight. And just see what feels good for you in this posture. You can even point the toes, flex them towards the face. And whenever you're finished exploring, just find stillness in a position that feels really good for you. And hold it there. Come back to your anchor, the breath, the present moment. And become absorbed in the sensations of the body, doing whatever needs to be done to soften. And deepening of the breath. Inhale slowly. Just come back to a seated position if you aren't already. And then bring yourself into a lying down position again. Open the palms towards the ceiling. This is our final resting position of the practice, Shavasana. And I invite you to just look into yourself right now. How are you feeling? How did it feel to explore your body in the way that you did today? What did you learn about yourself? And not just what you learned about your body, but what did you learn about the mindset that you bring into your practice? Feel free to continue your meditation here, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.